Hello, angel babies. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Trisha, and this is Trisha's Temple. Thanks for being here. I've been feeling a love reading coming on. I'm hearing that song from Toy Story or like that line where he says, "I feel a song coming on." And there have been a bunch of downloads coming in just as I'm preparing for this reading. You are somebody who's lived a life of solitude and spent a lot of your life, even if you were in connection with people, even if you had relationships, there were barriers between you and them that kept you from true intimacy, true partnership, and reciprocity, a feeling that you were both on the same page and really able to vibrate on the same frequency. This could be not just in romantic relationships, but also family relationships and friendships. And you may have wondered for a long time, like, is there something defective in me that's keeping me from being able to have lasting, committed, or just like honest, true partnerships, relationships with people? Like, sometimes I feel like I'm talking to a wall or a black hole when I'm talking to other people. Sometimes I feel like I'm being drained of my energy, or like no matter how much I give, I'm just not really being met. And you are now starting to see a change in your relationships. And that is shifting, like all aspects of your life have started to change. And I think that you already know that there's something on the horizon when it comes to love. Okay, so the card that came out is When Fretful Times Come. Let's read what this one has to say. It's number 30. You could be in your 30s. In all lives come those times when we cannot sleep easy. The world, its worries, and our personal concerns rush in, burrow in, and take up the space needed for thoughtfulness and calm. We toss and fret, and we cannot settle. If this continues for some time, we can become troubled and heartsore. When worry points its bitter dagger into our minds, the solitary witch knows how to create a sanctuary amidst the storm. She stops pushing at the worry. Instead, she accepts it is there and takes it to her natural sanctuary or peaceful place. Within this space, the worry or trouble begins to grow smaller, takes a different shape, and she sees things with new eyes, feels things anew, and with that, space and peace and calm are recreated in the world within. You too may need just one night away from the worry so your mind can untangle the knots of life. So stop for a while and simply let the natural world work upon you until the restless quicksilver of worry softly dissolves, until there is a calm within to show you the way forward. You, like the solitary witch, may be within a time of cycling thoughts. Take one day to tune into the slower, more seasonal cycles. Take those breaths and allow yourself to turn off from the deluge of troubles. The world sometimes wishes to feed us, and nourish yourself instead with the slow, honest truth of nature. In that way, the rest you give your heart and mind will help you find the path through the complexities of this life. The antidote is in giving your mind the space it requires by turning off the phone, tuning out of the news, and slowing things down for some time. Return to what you need to create the energy in which you can make true flowing decisions for your life, meaning unsettled, restless sleep, too much on the mind, an inability to make decisions due to unknown factors, a fear of making a mistake and being uncertain of what to do, thoughts cycling endlessly, feeling caught between problems. Reversed, an endless cycle of problem solving, feeling distressed and like you must continue to push at a problem, yet only seeming to make it worse or create more dilemmas. I think that it's very natural that when we are going through something challenging, a hard time, that it makes us more, like, the desire for love and connection grows stronger. That we simultaneously feel it's almost like nostalgia or longing and ache for something that we know is possible because it is within us. And at the same time, sometimes because we have been told throughout our life that certain parts of ourselves are not meant to be shared with others, like our pain, our grief, our worry, our fear, we will shut ourselves off more fully. And that makes the craving stronger. And that, I think, is starting to soften. You are opening yourself up more to being seen in your hurt, in the parts of yourself that feel less put together, a little bit messy. And that process is actually providing you with the ability, the nourishment that you've been craving. The ability to connect to people who can hold you, who don't turn away when you are struggling. Your capacity is expanding. Your capacity to hold love from another person, to receive it, is expanding. Okay, let's get one more card from the Solitary Witch. What other lessons have you been taking away from this solitary version of yourself? The version of self that felt like you had to do it all alone, maybe felt disconnected from others, and I don't even know that you would always push people away, but that could be the case sometimes. I think that there was also just you would turn to people and they wouldn't quite know how to support you. I'm reading Women Who Run with the Wolves right now and learning about the ugly duckling story. You may have felt like you were the ugly duckling, the odd person out, and now you're reaching the point in your story where you are becoming the swan. You're realizing your true nature, and you're also able to mother yourself in a way that you didn't receive when you were a child. You're receiving the nurturing and the support that you didn't get, at least not entirely, as a child. Okay, we have the Company of Trees, which is the cover card for this deck. Number 31. Oh, in progression. Succession. The Company of Trees. She felt troubled, restless, for her soul was yearning for the solace of belonging to Mother Earth and all her creatures. She knows she will find a place there within the Company of Trees, within the Green Church. She has heard the voice of the great Mother Witch, who told her she was blessed and beautiful as the forest. Within the arms of the trees, she felt unique, beloved, and a deep, unshakable belonging. She chose to watch the full moon rise one night, quietly, in contemplation and exultation. She chose to feel into the pines and to simply observe. She did not think or even consider or was conscious, but was living within sensation, bathed in a light that had known other worlds, blessed to be alive. Her every cell sang with the gratitude that is its own kind of ecstasy. She felt the bliss of being in quiet companionship with the familiar, who understands, who knows what she feels and why before she does herself. Their pact of comfort and the silence of friend. Their pact of comfort and the silence of friend. There is naught but the breathing in and out of the familiar and the trees and the breathing in and out of every living thing and the planet herself. And she begins to breathe and slow with them in unison, in a world that others would describe as fearful or lonely. She has found the wild peace of the solitary witch. Pines cleanse, and she feels like everything foolish and willful, fretful, and vexation is far, far away from her. She is untouchable in her peace. She is home, and her whole world is freedom. You have lived a life of solitude, which has allowed you to fall in love with yourself, to fall in love with solitude, being alone, and the earth, other creatures, a deep familiarity with energy, which is a huge bonus and gift, and it's going to allow you to choose love from abundance instead of from lack. You are choosing love and connection with other people, especially this future romantic connection, from a place of I want this connection. I'm actually choosing it. I'm conscious to my choice instead of from old wounds and desperation. You're not choosing it because you are lacking the ability to be on your own. You're not choosing it because you need somebody to choose you to prove that you're worthy of love. You're choosing it because it nourishes, it improves your life. My grandma, she's passed away now, but she said to me, don't you dare get married unless they make your life way better than it is being single. And I think that that's the attitude that you are having, is why would I choose to be in a partnership with somebody who is tearing me down or making my life harder than it already is? I'm choosing somebody who is going to be a true partner to me and I to them. I want to be in connection with somebody where it's a mutually supportive, it's a symbiotic relationship. The meaning, a time of tranquility and oneness, deep and true peace from a sense of belonging to the world, being loved by the world, feeling at home within the world and within the self, being understood by those around you, even if they are unlike you. Reversed, a sense of being separate from those around you and the natural world, not flowing in unison with all that is, restless, unsure, unsettled. There may still be times when you flow in and out of that sense of inner union and being connected to all that is, but you are flowing back into that centered state more naturally because you know yourself well enough now. Okay. What do you have to look forward to in this new connection? What is it going to offer you? Because you still want it. Even though you're like, yes, like I am happy, I am good. Now I'm thinking of the song, I can't remember if it's called Loneliest Girl, but the general gist of the song is like, I would rather not be in a relationship with somebody unless it's going to improve my life. And I might look like I'm lonely to other people, but like I would rather be lonely than. It's by Casey Musgraves. I would rather be lonely than in a relationship that drains me. Okay, we have the Fool, the Emperor, and the Sun. Aw. Okay, so I think that this relationship is going to provide you, I'm seeing this person inspiring you to connect to the parts of you that are the most alive, the happiest, the most childlike and innocent. Your inner child will feel safe in their presence to come out and play, and you will feel like you can take risks. You will feel like you can go after your dreams and pursue the things that are important to you. You're not going to lose yourself in relationship to this person. And you're also going to notice, maybe you're already in this connection and it's something that you're observing, is that this person is like this safe harbor to return to. So it's like this quote that says something like, they're an adventure and a home all in one. That they create this grounding presence to keep you connected to the earth and to yourself. And it feels easier to be yourself around them. That when you wake up and get out of bed in the morning, all of the things that you've already been doing to build your life, whether that is the way that you take care of your body and the dreams and aspirations that you have for yourself, the things that you're pursuing, the relationships that you have, you're not missing out on anything because of being in this relationship. In fact, they are increasing your life. You're becoming more abundant in every way. You're having a glow up in your life because of having them in your life. Is there anything that you should kind of be on the lookout for to know when this person has arrived? Some of like the warning signs, but in a good way. The green flags, I guess. This could be body sensations, or because some of that stuff, it might take some time to notice. Like, oh yeah, my entire life is getting way better. I'm hotter, richer. Sleeping better. I'm hearing that the initial connection with this person, like the transition from being alone to being in connection, may not feel quite as immediately peaceful. But there will be a difference between relationships that you've had before. An obvious difference. Enough that you will stay open and curious and not feel shut down. Any warning signs or things to look out for? Okay, this deck doesn't want to give me any cards, so I think that I'm going to pull some from this one. You have prepared yourself so much for this connection that it's going to be very obvious to you. You will know. The star. Okay. It will feel like your dreams are coming true. Like you wished upon a star and then that person has appeared. You're like, wait a second, is this real? I didn't know that this was actually possible. And maybe even things that you didn't know to wish for consciously, but somehow they are your wish fulfillment. In things like just little mannerisms that they will have, or ways that you will connect on certain interests, or ways that they will talk to you and connect with the other people in your life. But overall, the sensation, the feeling is going to be one of like, oh, yeah, like it's you. It's going to feel like you can put down a lot of the burden that you have been carrying on your own for such a long time. And it's not so much like you're just like, oh, here you go. You can carry all of this now instead of me. It's more so you're like, oh, a lot of this that I've been carrying, I never actually needed to carry it, because they're telling you that that thing about you is so beautiful and lovely and lovable. They'll notice some little quirk about you and just think it's so cute. Whereas in the past, maybe some partner or family member would make fun of that make fun of you for that. And they don't see it as an inconvenience to support you in like whatever this sensory need is, or in the way that you know, take a little extra time to get ready for bed, or, you know, like whatever little thing that you do, it won't be an inconvenience. It will be another way that they're able to pour love into you, and vice versa. That when you're around them, your whole body is softening and curious, excited to learn more about them, to ask them all of the little things about their perspective on the world. It's like you're opening up this portal into a new version of reality, and you're really excited about exploring it over there, instead of feeling like, like I'm just not that interested. Or if I go down this road, who am I going to become in the process? Okay, any final messages about this love connection that's coming up for you? I'd say one big thing is it's okay to let yourself want this relationship. In fact, I think that that's a huge lesson that you have been in the process of learning. That maybe for a while you thought that it was necessary for you to tell yourself, oh, I don't want love or romance or partnership, and I'm just gonna do it all by myself. I'm gonna be alone and single. And that served you in some ways to be on your own, like we talked about, but now you are receiving your justice. The things that you were wishing for, even if you weren't saying them out loud or like fully even admitting them to yourselves because you didn't want to get your hopes up, you're receiving that wish. You're receiving the justice. The times when it didn't go right, it's going to feel like, okay, well, it makes sense now why it didn't. I get it. And you're kind of putting together the pieces of your story to reach this point of I get to start a new story with that includes somebody else. And that's what I have for you today. Love you. Bye.